Well, it's Uncommon Fossil, and today talking about a Ditto Box deck, and I think this is still a deck a bit in process. I think, look, it's not quite as good and consistent and the win rate that I like. I think it can get there, but I've done a lot of the work. Partly I want to get it out there to show you my thought process a little bit, also to get feedback. If you have suggestions to make the deck better, it would be welcome, because I know that it needs a little adjusting still. And I do think it has more untapped potential. It's a Ditto Box style deck that play. Well, first I'll jump to the energies. I play 4 DTEs and 6 basic psychic energies. So therefore, those are the energies the attackers fit around. So Ditto, which is a nice little basic Pokemon, 70 HP, and it actually has no attack on its own, but it's got the ability sudden transformation. This Pokemon can use the attacks of any basic Pokemon in your discard pile, except for Pokemon with a rule box. So we do play one rule box Pokemon, which we cannot copy, of course, with Ditto, but and maybe that Pokemon gets caught. I'm not sure. That's one of the questions to make, but it allows us different options. So the energies, which is what's important here, psychic and colorless, right? So logical partner here for the deck does damage. Dondozo is probably the biggest damage attacker. And it's also tanky, so I'd rather attack with Dondozo than Ditto, because 160 HP is definitely better than 70, although a lot of times it doesn't matter. And for 2 colorless energy, so 1 DTE, you do 50 damage per each Tatsugiri in your discard pile. You have 4 of those, because that's the max you can have. So if you have a DTE, it is 180, which is still not bad, or 200 if it's all basic energies. And we do have ways to accelerate basic energy as well as we get into the trainers. But so a very solid attacker could... how many of this, that's one of those things I played with in the list. We can't attack with the second attack, but we don't want to anyway. We do play 4 Tatsugiri, of course, because we need that with Dondozo. This is part of where this idea came from, because this is the Tatsugiri from Paradox Rift. And for 2 colorless energies, we can attack with this one as well as getting the discard, because survival strategy is search your deck for up to 2 cards, put them into your hand, shuffle your deck, and you may switch this with one of your bench Pokemon. So that's actually a very, very good attack. Searching your deck for any 2 cards is quite strong, so it opens up control possibility, which this deck includes as well. And you can switch to your bench, which is why I partly have Psychic Energy, because then Mimikyu is a nice Pokemon to swing into the active. It's got Safeguard ability, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon from attacks by opponent's EX or V Pokemon, so very nice there. And its attack is Psychic, colorless, Ghost Eye, places 7 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon. So Mimikyu can be very tough. You're not going to win the match usually with Mimikyu on its own, but Mimikyu can slow down your opponent while you get things set up, like your Tatsugiris in the discard pile, and getting other things set up. All right, what else do we have in the deck? We play Mawile for Tempting Trap. We could use the second attack too, although I don't think, and I've played the deck a decent amount, I have not done that. I don't believe at all. But Tempting Trap for 1 colorless energy, your opponent can't during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat, so they have to have a trainer to get them out of the active spot. And then, so it's a way to stall, right? It's a nice stall option. And of course, it can be copied with Ditto. And then during the next turn, the defending Pokemon takes 90 more damage from attack. So potentially, if it's not a stall to win the game, which is an option, but it's not what we want to do all the time, you can stall while you set up, and then when you switch into your attacker, you're doing that 90 more damage, which can be quite nice as well. So that aspect of Tempting Trap attack is good. All right, what else do we have here? We play 1 Radiant Greninja, only 1 copy. That's all you can play, of course. And it's a box deck. Most things are 1-ups anyway. For 2 purposes. 1, its ability and trusted wishes. If it's in the active spot and knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, search your deck for up to 3 cards, put them into your hand. And that's really good, right? Because when you use Tatsugiri's ability, search for 2 cards, you might get Iono'd and might lose those cards. But with this, you don't lose the cards, it goes right to your turn. So knocked out, only get 1 prize, search for any 3 cards, super, super nice. And then Astral Misfortune for 2 colorless, so a DTE. You flip 2 coins. If both of them are heads, your opponent's active Pokemon's knocked out. It's not the best thing in the world, but look, 25% chance to knock out a big multi-prize Pokemon isn't terrible, and that can be an option for sure and I have won games on turn 1. Just you go, hey, they only have one Pokemon in the active, I'm second. I can, if I hit double heads, I win the game. You just go for it, right? And if you hit double heads, life is fun. Okay, Mewtwo is another attacker. Again, we can copy attack with this or copy with Ditto. It 2 colors energies. So again, DTE, a lot of times Reflective Barrier does 20, and of course, if you have DTE, you're doing 0. But then the bigger part is during your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, even if it's knocked out, put damage counters on the attacking Pokemon equal to the damage done to this Pokemon. And this Pokemon is Dark weak, so the damage numbers are huge. If this Pokemon gets knocked out by a Charizard EX, you are then taking out the Charizard EX, knocks itself out. So that is a nice option, right? And a bit scary. So situational, of course, but that's the nice thing with the Ditto Box deck. And then one Plusle 70 HP Lightning Pokemon. It's got plus damage attack for 2 colors. It does 10 plus 10 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's Pokemon. I haven't used this one as much. Maybe it doesn't fit in the deck, but it's a way to finish off a Pokemon that's got damage counters on it. So that's the list of Pokemon with the different options I'm playing with in this deck. And then getting to the trainers with how it happens. Of course, as you probably might have noticed, the deck doesn't have an engine. It does have the search from Radiant Greninja and Tatsugiri, but those aren't traditional engines at all. So partly, we then play 4 Trekking Shoes, look at the top card of your deck, put it into your hand, or discard it and put the next card into your hand. Can get some of those Pokemon that we want to copy with Ditto's attack into the discard pile, as well as just digging through the deck and helping us get what we want. I'll go with supporters. It's a 4-pass to the Peak deck, where that's another thing, right? With the stall, control, mess with your opponent, 4-pass to the Peak. Make it so they have a tough time with the game. It does shut off Radiant Jirachi's ability, so you don't draw those cards. So just keep that in mind. So we play 2 Ionos, playing 2 Judge, just to disrupt Roxanne. 3 copies of Roxanne. This one's super, super nice. Your opponent has to have taken 3 prizes, but they'll get there eventually, probably. If they don't, hey, I'm going to win the game, right? And then each player shuffles a hand in the deck. You draw 6. Your opponent draws 2. So putting them to a small hand size. Very nice there. 2 Raihan accelerated basic energy from the discard pile to a Pokemon. If one of your Pokemon was knocked out last turn, and search your deck for any 1 card, so just help things set up and power up. Those are and 1 Boss's Orders, obviously very good card, and then 1 Pal Pad, since just to get back what we think we're going to need. And besides the boss, we do play 3 Counter Catcher. We're falling behind a number of times. Maybe this gets cut to 2. I got to think about that. But right, it acts as a boss, but you still get to use your supporter for turn as long as you're behind on prizes. So a super powerful card there. Okay, what do we have here? We play a number of basics. So 1 Hisuian Heavy Ball could play a second one in the deck, right? Because we can only get 1 out per game max once you get this into your hand. So to get the different attacking options with these 1-ups, Heavy Ball, I think, is necessary. Pokemon Search, we play not a lot. We play 4 Nest Balls. Okay, we want to get those basics onto the bench, and then 3 Ultra Balls because we do want to get those Tatsugiris in the discard pile. And that's the only way to do it besides the Trekking Shoes. A little more Pokemon discard could be good. Maybe I'm blanking the name, but the Energy Search, right? You discard a card. Earthen Vessel, right? And search for 2 energy. Maybe that should go in the deck as well. Got to think through what I'd cut. But anyway, get through, search for any card, discard 2. And then we also play, 2 Rescue Carriers, put any up to 90 HP Pokemon or less from the discard pile into your hand. That will get us our Dittos, can get us our Radiant Jirachis, Tatsugiris. We don't usually want those. We can get Mawile back or Plusle, or Mimikyu is a common target with that. So just a way to get the cards directly back into hand. We play 2 Super Rods, put Pokemon and or basic energies from the discard pile back in your deck there. And I believe I've hit all the cards in the deck. So that's what we're working with. As I've been adjusting with the deck, I think the deck's in a decent place. But it does need a little improving. But let's take a look, see what we can do on the ladder, because this is a deck that I have been enjoying playing. All right, let's see what happens here. So hopefully we get a nice start. Heads. I will go second with this deck, right? If I win the coin toss, I do. It's a tough call which way to go. But I'm going to go second. All right, I can attack decently. Tatsugiri's not a bad first attack. Dondozo might actually happen. There's definitely a number of options there with this. Oops, okay, drag the Dondozo to the active spot. And let's see what happens. Oops, say done. Sorry, it looks... Okay, there's a big delay there. Wasn't sure if they were taking a mulligan or not. Looking at my window, there's some snow, and there's a truck that kind of looks like it might have gotten itself stuck out there. It's a little bit of a grade, and for whatever reason, the truck stopped on the hill. Now they've got to get started. I don't know what they're doing there. Distracting me, that's what they're doing. Okay, looks like they're getting going. Okay, so Mimikyu could be very nice here, right? It's unfortunate they don't have Path to the Peak, but I want to get that in play if I can. Ideally, I'd get it this turn. If they don't have any energy... Oh, super. They didn't get any energy going, so that is very nice. Okay, so... do I want... Yeah, I'll get a Pokemon onto the bench. I'm going to start with the Mimikyu. Get him go. Okay, one's prize, so that's very important to note. One of my rescue... no, the other one's in hand. Okay. Okay, energy, that's all fine. Okay, so one DTE is prize, it looks like. So I'm just going to do this. I could slow him down. All right, I'm just going to play Path and end turn. I could boss here. I don't know if I need to, though, right? I'm not sure. The advantage to playing, I could gust up the Radiant Greninja, could gust up the Glimmora, so I can only have 3 bench Pokemon. So that's that's an issue. They do poison me, so when they attack, they don't damage me, but they will poison me. So that's important to note too. So I don't know what else they can attack me with. All right, they're getting rid of my stadium. That's a bummer. But okay. I mean, that's all right. They got rid of it. Discarding that energy is good for me too, because now they can't use Koraidon's ability to get it. So I think, yeah, Mimikyu is looking like the star for this game here. I don't think I want to boss yet. I think I just want to pass. Unfortunately, there's no engine. I need an energy. I need energy. I need switch. Look, I figure they're going to do me the favor of knocking out the Dondozo eventually. I don't think there's something else I want to dig out with Ultra Ball, which I could do, right? All right, my opponent's not doing much. Path is good. All right, I'm just going to keep... I just pass again at this point. Yeah. I mean, I could gust up like Radiant Greninja. All right, so Arvin, they're going to get access. They're going to attack this turn, I'm assuming. They actually don't knock me out. They knock me out at the end of my turn, right? Is what they do, I think. I'll be at... They do 140. I go to... which gives me 20 HP, and I'm poisoned. I get 10 damage coming to my turn. If he stays there... Okay, they still don't have any energy in the discard pile for Koraidon, but we'll see what they do. Okay, Rock Chest Plate. That's okay. I mean, he gets very tanky then. So it doesn't reduce the damage from Mimikyu, assuming I get the energy on, of course. All right. I mean, this is all fine. Getting knocked out actually wouldn't be bad. Now, it has to be during the last turn. So if I get knocked out from poison, Raihan does not get triggered. So I don't love that either. I'm in a bit of a tricky spot here. If they knock out the Dondozo, problem is they're going to knock out the Dondozo going into their turn, which I don't love, right? So which means I kill that. So I can't, unless I get a rope, he's getting knocked out. So Judge, yeah, let me Judge. I would, a rope energy would be super. Super. I got that. Oh, this is very nice, actually. So I'm going to rope. So before I Trekking Shoes, No, I'm going to Trekking Shoes first, see what I hit. I'll say no to the Dondozo because I don't think he's carrying me this game. All right, Rod is fine. Rope, which means that my Dondozo does not get knocked out between turns. I like that. And I'm going to path, and I'm going to start damaging. So that is good. Okay, Cyclizar could be trouble. Okay. Now, they need 3 energies there, though. So, honestly, I two-shot them. So, I'm not in a bad spot. That, I think, was a bad... He has free retreat. That's the good thing. He will one-shot me, and I don't have my other one. My second one's prized. Look, I haven't done much. That's for sure. Considering I haven't done much, though, I'm not in a bad spot here, is my feeling. Cyclizar is scary. Okay, so they're playing Radiant Jirachi as well. Look at that. No, not Radiant Jirachi. The other Jirachi to protect their bench. Okay, which is fine. So the Glimlet can't attach, which I like that, right? Glimlet, it can attack. It has Ascension. It doesn't do any damage, right? So it's those single prize Pokemon that are the non-rule box ones that Mimikyu has to worry about. Now, the one guy does poison him, but it's only 10 per turn. Are they gonna... Okay, they're retreating. Okay, fair enough. Are they gonna poison me? Maybe. Maybe they do. No. Okay, they're setting up the Koraidon. All right. I mean, I'm not sure about that play, but that's fine. EXP share. Is it knocked out by okay, so my Mimikyu does not trigger the... do I want to attach... I don't think I want to attach that energy. I don't think I do. So I'm just going to be... This is a game right now, Mimikyu... I didn't get, if I get set up, obviously I need to get some Tatsugiris in the discard pile. If I had Tatsugiris in the discard pile, I might have set up, attached to Dondozo. But right now, he's probably just going to get blown up at some point. It seemed like a waste of an energy. So we'll see what happens. They don't have a lot they can do to me. They need to get energy on the Cyclizar. That's what they need to do. And they might be able to knock me out next turn. So this guy just okay. It doesn't have to be. It has to be a bench, but it doesn't. I'm not loving this situation, I will say. All right, I'm gonna just get ready to attack with him because I think they're gonna knock me out this next turn. That's gonna be trouble. That's gonna be big trouble, and I might just lose after this. Right, I might be 2 turns away from loss now. Well, they have to retreat, so that's a bonus to me. They don't have the retreat. The fact that the one, my second Mimikyu's prized is not good though. So they're probably going to switch. Okay, they're going to switch. They probably have the energy. We'll see what they got. I assume they're going to send up the Cyclizar because I don't knock out the Koraidon. Okay, all right. I'm going to wait on the energy just because. Obviously, I need to attach to attack, but right now I have 0 Tatsugiri in the discard pile, so I'm doing 0 damage. So they're going to switch out of the active. They're hoping to attach energy, and then they knock me out. And they do play Earthen Vessel, right? They might not have any more, though. So Gutsy Pickaxe. Okay. I mean, this is going all right. Going all right. Look, they can't... They have the switch, so they can get out of the active. I know that. So I'm guessing they don't have they might not have the energy because okay, just getting something to refinement. So, card to discard with Kirlia. Obviously, they're hitting energy. Probably will win them game. Things need to go well for me if at that point. They have the switch. I'd love to get 2 prizes because I need cards in my hand, and I know there's a Mimikyu there. And if I take the knockout, get the Mimikyu, can start attaching. Okay, well, this gives me hope. This gives me hope. All right, I don't... So I want to get some other Pokemon onto the bench. I don't think I do I? I mean, I could get a Tatsugiri onto the bench. I'm just going to take the prizes. Hope I'm 1 in 3 chance of hitting hitting Mimikyu. We'll see what I hit. Obviously, Mimikyu would be Okay. It's not what I wanted. Um, I'm just trying to think through. So I have maybe Mawile stall. Look, I can stall up the Radiant Greninja. That will get me game. They played, what, just the one switch. So they probably have a little more switch. They don't have a ton of switching in deck. So they're not planning on attacking this turn. If I get a boss, boom, I take out the Cyclizar. I'm in awesome shape. I might want to get down the Mawile. Might want to get Mawile down. I might attach DTE to him. I'm not sure. I have 4. One's in play already. I do more damage with the Dondozo. That's partly what I'm thinking. I do more damage with the Dondozo with just the basic energies. I can take a third prize. Now, okay, so they're going to... Okay, so they're going to knock me out. All right, I have to get another Pokemon in play. That's now a given. Okay. So they're going to poison me, and that's not great. So I'm looking Mawile stall, I think, is the path I want to go ahead with this. Oh, Catcher. Okay, Catcher is... I'm ahead in prizes still. That doesn't feel like I'm ahead, I got to say, but I am. So I want Mawile. I'll attach to Mawile. I don't want to stall him there, though. So, and I attack. Do I want to get back energy? No, there's because I need other things besides energy. That's what I'll say. I need to hit boss, right? That's the other thing I need. If I hit boss, I only have 1 boss in deck, though. So the odds of hitting that are not good. Unfortunately, I took that knockout early on. They gave up 2 prizes, which, of course, was good for them. Now I'm in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. Now they can knock out my... Well, they can't get to the bench yet, right? So the question is, assuming it stays like this, okay, they're going to grab him, okay. Going to knock me out, which of course is a very good play for them. They evolve him. I don't know if they're going to play down. Okay, they're going to toss that into the Glimlet. I don't know if that was the best play or not. That one I wasn't sure about. So they knock me out, and I can't do damage with him, unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, I can hard retreat, but let's see what I draw. Do I guess I need to Counter Catcher here, right? I mean, I need to save Counter Catcher. That's what I need to do here. So I don't want to get down and play. That's my question here, right? I think I need to retreat into something else. That's what needs to happen here. So I'm going to bench... I'll bench a Tatsugiri, because if he gets knocked out, I have to hard retreat. I have to stave him. He's really my only... Right now I have Counter Catcher. If I hit an energy with this, excuse me, if they don't disrupt my hand, Counter Catcher energy, and I might be able to win the game. They don't have many cards in deck. They've played 2 switch. Do they play a 3rd switch card? I don't know. I don't know. The fact that I took that prize early on, you know, those 2 prizes might come and bite me. We will see what happens, right? And I could gust up the Curly as well. Curlies can't attack either. I don't believe they have energy for either of them. So, all right, I need something here. Actually, a supporter would be great. I don't mind a supporter also. All right, so I'm going to... Okay, so I need to hit an energy, but I have a decent chance now. I've extended the game here. They can't retreat, so I'm going to call up the Radiant Greninja. It doesn't probably matter. Just give me 1 energy. That's all I need, 1 energy. and I whiffed the energy, and that's bad news. Very bad news for me. Okay, but what do I want to do here? I need to get him. Actually, maybe I'll get a Ditto, because Ditto can copy his attack, right? It's not good, though. I have Boss. Probably. Okay. I'll end turn. I'm behind the prizes, so I do have one boss, and I have 2 more counter catchers in deck, right? They need an energy to be able to retreat, so I don't, they're getting energy back in deck. If they miss this turn, that would be awesome, right? If they miss the attack, then okay. I think okay, they're drawing a bunch of cards. That could be all right. Well, that's gonna. I have Ditto. I can copy the attack, but now I have Ditto. I have. I guess Iono, because I get. No, I want them to deck out, actually, right? Decking out is kind of the win condition, so less cards for them, I think, is better. I'm down to. Do I want to? I'd love to get Mimikyu into play here. All right, I have a Tatsugiri, but that doesn't work for me. Do I want this Mewtwo benched? I don't think I do. All right, I'm going to Iono, just make their life difficult. Just the possibility of stalling still is in my brain. Okay, well, that is exactly what I needed. So I will gust you up. I'll Trekking Shoes, why not? I'll say no to you. I'll attach. Do I want to open up the rope possibility? Yeah. Now, if they have rope, I just lose the game, right? So tempting trap. They cannot retreat. Okay, so they need a switching card. And that's that. I have Roxanne if I want to try to get something going. Getting my other Mimikyu on the bench would be good too. Okay, I don't know. Do they have a switch card in deck? I think the chances are they don't, right? The chances are they don't. They attached energy, which I know doesn't work. I assume they know that too. If not, they will know that shortly. So may have, part of a single prize deck is it gives you time, right? You can get behind in the game, but you have your opponents taking one prize at a time. So you have turns to respond. You have turns to get things going. So, you work with what you have in a match like this. I would have liked to have done more damage early. I took those 2 prizes just with the Mimikyu banging away. I wasn't able to set up the Dondozo, which is, part of the difficulty with this deck. I think I just want to keep him stalled at this point. So tempting trap, right? They can't retreat next turn. And they do 91 damage, but I don't want to knock them out because, right at this point, they're going to have a switch card. Or with Ditto, I could make a mistake and click the wrong thing. That's always a possibility with the Ditto card, I got to say. I don't, that's always a little awkward with Ditto. But getting things going here quite nicely. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. See what they get. Do they have a switch card? No, I don't think they do not. I assume they don't. They should have shown it off if they did, right? So attach. Okay, I mean that's doing nothing. In fact, that's a counterproductive thing. If I don't attack with the stalling attack, they should attach it to like the other Glimmer or something to give them another attacking option, right? That would be the play there. Tempting trap. Just keep doing this. You know, if I really want to be a jerk when they get to 0 cards in deck, I could Roxanne, but I don't want to be a jerk, right? I've stalled them out, and it doesn't feel good. I guess, you know, I may be a jerk for stalling. Okay. I mean, that's all right. That's okay. So they can retreat. So what do I want to do here? Now I have some options. I could Roxanne. If I hit an energy or a rope, I'll Roxanne them. It doesn't actually, their hand size stays the same, right? So we're the same. Okay, so and this gives me game, I'm pretty certain at this point. So I will attach. I will retreat. I could have attacked, but you know, that doesn't seem like the good play there. Tempting trap. There we go. So they're going to draw their last card. I assume this will be game. Okay. And I will just end turn because they lose. So there we go. Got the you know, so the Mawile with the stall is always a threat. For sure. So, you know, and obviously people know how to play against stall. You should know how to play against stall, right? Because Snorlax is definitely a thing. But, you know, the box decks, you have different options to swing with, and kind of, if you can keep back like the stall option or the Mimikyu wall option, it is to your advantage too, right? Keep things hidden until you're ready to reveal those attackers, and the deck certainly came through. All right, let's see what happens. Hopefully we get a good game. I've been kind of grinding out games with some ugly fashion, getting some wins. Largely Mimikyu's been hauling me through some long tedious games, which I don't think I'm going to upload. I don't know. Maybe I will. You know, it's I don't know. It was a game with it was some of it's It's very been unpleasant for me, and so I don't know that I want to inflict that on the public. But okay, so Tatsugiri. Draw 2 cards. Not terrible. Let's see what happens here. I mean, I'm vulnerable to Donk, but Iron Hands isn't getting a ton of play. Okay, I'm going second, so I get to use my draw 2 cards. Psychic at sleeve, so maybe this is the Lost Zone, I would guess. We will find out shortly. Might be Lost Tina, which is not a good matchup in that they can take... Oh, okay. Well, that's... All right. Well, this is probably now a... Okay. This is all right. This is a stall win condition, I got to say, which isn't, you know, hey, that's part of the way what this deck wants to do. Walling, stalling, picking out cards, and then doing damage. Those are the 3 things. They probably don't have the water energy, I'm guessing. So I would probably, at the mana feat staying in the active is really nice. What are they playing here, right? That's part of the question. So I think I attach the DTE and I judge, and then I use survival strategy. All right, let's see what I hit here. That's very nice. I don't want to get rid of that. So I want to do that. I want to, let's see what I get. I mean, if they knock, I need to get something in play here. Oh, that's bad. I might have just lost the game here because I don't have another Pokemon in play. So if they can attack this turn, you know what happens? I lose. That's what happens. I lose. Inspect board. Okay. And actually, I don't need the energy. What I need is grab boss. And let me grab... Oh, no. Oh, that's okay. I need heavy ball. Heavy ball gets me the Pokemon, right? Boss. Okay. Right, he's not here. Okay. So I have heavy ball. It's okay. Don't panic. We have heavy ball. Yeah. So that's good. They bumped the path. You know, again, I'm guessing it's a Gardevoir deck. I don't think they're going to get the knockout. Okay, they might want to use the ability on the Curlias. And I just want to get them stalled. That's what I want to do. You know, I just want to stall them out. They'll probably traditionally, you know, Gardevoir doesn't play a ton of switching cards. They'll play a few probably because stalls. I assume because stalls are a real threat these days. But I assume there's not a ton of stall. Oh, so what are they doing now? Gonna send up the Mew, I guess. And they can attack with the Mew, of course. So I think I want to keep the Mew in the active while I develop my board a little bit. I think, right? I think I saved the boss for later, right? Because the Mew only does 30, so he has to 3-shot me. My Mawile. And this is going to be a deck out type game. And it's long and it's painful. Oh, that hurts because now I cannot get my Mawile in play. Basically, I've guaranteed no Mawile. Okay, but I have Ditto. I'd probably bench him. Put down an energy. Probably Iono. Well, an Artisan's nice too, actually. Okay. So, see what happens here. Okay. Ditto, energy. I think I use Artisan too, right? So, do I want to threaten them with a Dondozo? Do I want to toss down a Mimikyu? I'm going to put down a Mimikyu. Why not that? And I'm going to bench the Ditto. I'm going to play down the path. I'm going to attach to... I attach to Mimikyu. The Ditto, I'm thinking I probably want to attack with the basic anyway. So put one on the Mimikyu because I might not get access. Oh, well, that's very nice. That's very nice. Okay, so I get my Mawile in play, which had I... Okay, but I didn't hit energy, so that's okay. So Mawile. Now I'm tipping my hand here, but that's okay. I think it's okay. So I will grab... I want a boss, and I want an energy. Do I have... And I have a rope, so I can preserve the DTE, the Tatsugiri if I want to. And I'm going to leave you in the active. Yeah, I'll leave you in the active. Because the Mimikyu is there as a threat to the Gardevoir EX, which I assume they're going to go for that. But then he can't attack. I'm going to gust up. Well, maybe I gust up the Manaphy. If I have to use the boss, we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. Obviously, if they knock out the Tatsugiri, life is much simpler. Then I send it the Mawile, and I boss up the Manaphy. All right, they disrupt me again, but I got the Mawile down. I'm glad for that. I have an energy on the Mimikyu. So I'm one energy attachment away from Mimikyu or Mawile. It's not bad. I have Raihan, although do I have energy in the discard pile? Let me try and check, see when the game... I don't, but I can discard energy with Ultra Ball. So I can even Raihan. We'll see what happens. We'll see what they leave in the active, right? So therefore I can access Counter Catcher with the cards I have in hand. So it's a solid spot. Rare Candy. I mean, that's fine too. I think I'm just going to gust up. I think I want to... Well, I'm going to wait on the gusting, actually. I'm going to wait. We'll see what happens. See what their play is. I guess... Okay, so another guard. So a Gardevoir there, but they don't have the Ralts down. And they know they need that Gardevoir to take out the Mimikyu. So I forced them into that line of play. But I have the Mawile. So now they got the Mawile threat. And, okay, so they didn't do anything there. So I think I'm happy. I think I'm happy getting the Mew trap for right now, right? Because the Mew does not knock me out. You can't do that, Mew. I'm pretty sure you don't have that in you. So I have Raihan if they manage to do that, but you're trapped. So this is okay. This is okay. Eventually, look, at this point, I don't have any gusting in hand, but, you know, if they knock out the Mawile, then I have access to, they have energy in the discard, and I can Raihan. So let's look at the discard pile status. They have 11. I have 5. You know, now they can recover energies at will. So we'll see what happens here. Right, I probably let them just bang away at me a lot, and actually, because I have the Ditto too. So the Mawile getting knocked out means I can just take you out with well, that's, oh, they attach per turn. They didn't accelerate from the discard pile. Okay, I mean that one's a bit odd, I gotta say, but okay. I mean, I'm just gonna keep you stalled. I think this is a deck out win. I said that, I believe, at the start earlier this game, and you know, we'll see what happens. Yeah. So we'll see what they do. I don't know how much longer they're going to play, because I think between Mawile and Mimikyu, they're in some trouble. They're in trouble. I have the Ditto, so the Mawile gets knocked out. Like I said, the Ditto just copies the Mawile. At some point, they're going to disrupt my hand. And that's okay too. You know, as they dig through, they're discarding cards. Obviously, they get back all the energy, but they can't get back the non-energies. So like discarding, you know, Ultra Ball, Rare Candy, Battle VIP Pass, those are all cards that keep them from decking out. Even the Battle VIP Pass is completely useless, but it does something for them. Reversal, I'm looking not to take any prizes at this point, so that's probably not going to get activated. Just going to attack. That's all I do here. I don't want a Trekking Shoes. I don't want anything else in play. You know, the board state is one where I feel pretty good about myself. So they're going to run Candy to the stage, to the single prize Gardevoir, which is good. Drawing more cards now. You're going to deck out quicker. Yes, you may have Ionos and stuff to drag this game on, but you know what? You're still going to lose, because it resets me as well, right? They haven't decided to attack with Mew. They can attack. They can attack with Mew, right? They can. I could boss up at some point. I can dig for the boss for the mana fee as well. So Screamtails, he's dangerous. He's very dangerous. You can't retreat though. You could attack. Now they can attach next turn. They could have attacked that turn. They could have attacked that turn. Because they have entered. No, Path to the Peak is in play. My apologies. So they can't use Gardevoir's ability either. So is that my first path? My second path. Okay, so they're gonna get rid of the path. The Artisan this game. Okay. So they're gonna get rid of the path, which is fine. I mean, they're probably gonna do. They draw, which is fine. Again, I'm probably going to Trekking Shoes because I'd like to get Boss into hand, right? I mean, I'd like to get Boss in hand while I have this Mawile in play. It's to my advantage, right? So I might use Trekking Shoes, see a card or two. I don't want to burn an energy. All right, so they're going to attach energy from hand. I think that they, trying to remember, that they attach, yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know what you're doing here. I guess they can knock out the Mew. They can knock out the Mew. That's their other option, which they decided not to go down that path, right? They can attach to the Mew, which they should have done actually, right? They should have blown up the Mew. Or they should have attacked with the Mew. I still think that would have been a fine option too. That's the option I would have gone down the path that I think start doing 20 damage or 30 damage. You put some pressure on me when you do that. But they don't want to attack with Mew, so I'm not. I guess they play some switching cards, but yeah, I'll toss the path into play. Just keep you stuck there. See what they do. You know, at some point they're gonna switch or probably they knock me out, but you know, at this point I have Raihan. I actually should. Yeah, I have Raihan if they knock out the Mawile, and I didn't check my prizes, but they have. I have 3 counter catchers and a boss, so well I can't Raihan and boss, but you know, I guess all 3 counter catchers could be prized. It's really unlikely though. The odds of that are super small, and this could end up, this could be like a 4 or 5 Iono Judge game, right? This could be the way this is going. In which case, I mean, okay. I mean, I don't know what they're doing because they've made no move to get him out of the active spot. So the problem now that look, I'm kind of zoned. I've kind of checked out. I'm just kind of waiting for a change in the game to see if I should do something. But I might not be careful. Am I monitoring everything as carefully as I should be? I don't know, right? The Gardevoir obviously does big damage, so he blows me up. He's doing a lot more damage now than he needs to. 1, 2, 60, 70, 80. No, actually, he's not. He doesn't one-shot a Dondozo yet. I don't think they've seen. Yeah, they haven't seen a Dondozo yet. So, they've seen the Tatsugiri, so they shouldn't be surprised by Dondozo, and they may know he's 160. If I take a prize, of course, then the Gardevoir does big damage. But I don't want to take a prize here. I just want to get through this game. Once again, I'm not taking a ton of time. All right, so they're gusting me up. Okay, so what's going to happen? So let's see what happens here. So they bossed. What do I want to do? Do I want to... I think I want to... Let me check the board. Do I have... I think Iono was actually better than Judge for me here. Right? So I'll grab that guy. I'm going to peek at my deck. Make sure I have my boss there. But he doesn't do me much good, does he? All right, what do I want to do here? I think I'm gonna Iono. Give us both. If I hit a DTE, then I'll probably attack with Tatsugiri. All right, I'll just end turn. Okay, I have Counter Catcher. I have Roxanne. This is a good hand. This is a good hand. I might want to Nest Ball. So either I can attack with Mawile if they take out the Tatsugiri, or they gust up the Mawile, but I have Ditto in play, and I have Counter Catcher, right? So, I mean, they're kind of doomed here, I think, right? Whatever they do here, I think they lose, basically. And I can stall. Well, the Mimikyu's not doing much. Maybe they probably should have set up the Scream Tails. They should have, I think, set up, because I could set up Mimikyu now too, and it's awkward. So, but I have this, and it's. I'm going to Counter Catcher, and that's going to be it for you, I think, right? I could attach energy to Ditto. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to put the energy on the Ditto. Look, my mouse got a little funky there. It just gives me the option, if they knock out my Mawile, I can. It gives me better access to attacking immediately following up with Ditto, right? I don't need to get the energy. I still need a gusting card. But, okay, so, I mean, I think I just have game here. We'll see. I'm getting these games where opponents are really playing things out. this is another one of them. I think I may leave this game in. It's just because this is unfortunately what's happening with this deck. There's no reason to hide it at this point. Games that are just, really boring. This game was a little more interesting than, I had one where my opponent had, it was a lightning, like a Miraidon box. They were all V Pokemon and EX Pokemon. And it was a Mimikyu, and I've had a couple Mimikyu, and like for most of the game, I just had like one Mimikyu in play and just was attacking, doing 70. They just kept gusting around, and it was just like, okay. And then they finally got a Hisuian Heavy Ball. I got nervous. Okay, do they have something prized? No, they had Ultra Ball, so they didn't have anything in their deck that could attack me. Nothing in their prizes that could take me out. It just went on and on. So, okay, so I just attack here, I'm pretty sure. Just keep them stuck. Because you can't retreat, so you attach your energy, but you can't get out. You have to have a switch card. You'll knock me out. Now, I can't use Roxanne still, because that's just their... So the question, if they knock me out, do I send up the Ditto, or do I send up the Mimikyu, right? Sending up the Mimikyu might be better. I think I send up the Mimikyu, because... the Ditto's only good if I can gust up what I want. And right now I don't have access to the gust. I have to hit boss or counter catcher, which I have two counter catchers, one boss in deck. The odds of hitting that aren't great. So this is kind of what you do in a game like this. Now my opponent maybe just, are they slow playing now? That's unfortunate, I gotta say. And look, you've lost, if you've loosened the game, just accept that you've lost the game. Okay, counter catcher is awesome. So if they were to manage to knock out my Mawile, and I have counter catcher, I set up the Ditto and I gust back the Manaphy, right? And are they just that last turn took a long time, so it seems to be an indication that they're now slow playing. And you play a deck without switch, you run into this, right? This is how Mawile came into play against Gardevoir, right? Because Gardevoir wasn't playing any switching cards. Somebody said, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to stick one Mawile in my deck," and I beat every Gardevoir deck I run into, and it did, And then people forget about it. Snorlax Stall, of course, was huge, but it's fallen off, and my opponent now is. I think they're doing nothing, and this is unfortunate. Okay, so they stopped playing. Fortunately, they weren't like doing an action after like 29 seconds just to avoid the timeout. So they stopped playing. Mawile, I had them, and if they had some switching, I had answers there with the deck, right? With the Ditto, copying back the Mawile. And then getting the Mimikyu down to kind of knowing that they had to be careful so they couldn't attack with everything, just made their life difficult. And look, the deck comes through. I'm going to keep working on the deck, so please leave me your suggestions. That one game, well, I don't know if I'm going to upload the game, but the one game Plusle came in through, but Plusle's almost done nothing for me. The Radiant Greninja, these are Pokemon I think I might drop, right? Plusle and Radiant Greninja. Actually, Mewtwo as well. It's mostly Mawile, Mimikyu, Dondozo, Tatsugiri. That's really what the deck, and Ditto. That's what the deck is built around. So maybe I should lean into those a little more, drop some cards, and try to get. At one point, I played 4 Pokegear. Then I kind of replaced it with 4 Trekking Shoes. Maybe I should put the Pokegear back in, drop some Trekking Shoes. Maybe not instead of 3. Roxanne, drop to 2 Roxanne, because that's not good till late game, and put in maybe an Iono or a Judge instead. Maybe like add a Judge, add an Iono. Those are some of the changes I'm thinking about, just to try to get the deck to set up a little better. But it's okay right now, I gotta say, and I think it's got potential to be a good deck. So again, share your thoughts, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. I didn't always enjoy playing the game, I will say, because my opponents just kind of dragged things out in multiple games for me. But hey, it's all part of the game, so be prepared for decks like this. And it's always fun for me trying to build a new deck and see what it can do. Take care.